Good afternoon, folks. Mike Wells, Your World Explorer. Right now, it's June the 13th, 2022, and we're looking at the 5 different control groups for our vine borer prevention test. Now, we have other pests that we're also fighting off as well, but they're not really actually the focus of this particular control group. The focus is the vine borer. So, what we'll look at is, here you have the DE powder. Here we have the Spectracide. It's like the bug killer Spectracide. And then here you just have the cups that are surrounding the base of the squash plants. Here is the Elmer's glue with water. And then there's dish soap and water, which is like 2 drops per a pint and a half, maybe? Yeah, of water. So, let's get up close and see what we got. I just put the powder on this, but this is basically how I've been applying it. Now, these guys aren't really performing like amazingly, so I'm really eager, or shall I say, anticipating seeing the outcome of this DE powder application on these yellow squash in a few months. So yeah, we'll just keep continuing to monitor. Now this is the Spectracide bug killer. Now I'll go into details here in a minute about the active ingredient that is in this Spectracide, because I think it's important to learn about it. But anyhow, if you look at the plants, I mean, come on. They are alive and happy. If you compare these guys to the remaining other control groups, these guys seem to be doing the best. So at this point, I'm not seeing any problems with this particular patch. So the Spectracide is definitely showing some positive results. Now, we did have some loopworms tearing up these the leaves on some of these guys, but they certainly didn't touch the Spectracide. They were tearing up the leaves here, and they were tearing up the leaves on the Elmer's glue test, and they were tearing up the leaves a little bit on the DE powder test. So the DE powder doesn't work for the loopworm, is what we've discovered, and these cups certainly don't work against the loopworm, and the Elmer's glue kinda somewhat works for the loopworm, but wherever the glue was not touching, and that's where the loopworm was eating. So, but the soap's been doing just fine so far against the loopworm. Anyhow, we still don't have any vine borers on our cup control group. So this particular test is showing positive results at this juncture. Let's look at the Elmer's glue. Like I said, we got attacked by loopworms here. And let's see, do we have any loopworms present? We might. I see this webbing. Gosh, I hate these loopworms. They're so bad. So I see more webbing here. What's is there a loopworm? No, there's no loopworm. So it's been raining a lot lately, so the worms really probably aren't hanging out too much. But as far as we can tell, there's no vine borers. There are no vine borers present in this patch. So at this juncture, we can't definitively say whether or not it works. But it seems to be working so far. The dish soap, Dawn dish soap and water. Like I said, 2 drops for like a pint and a half of water. And we had to do a replant of these because the initial mixture was extremely hot. So it basically burned the leaves of all of the sprouts. So we tamped it down to like 15 drops for a pint and a half, and even that was still too much. So we went down to 2 drops for a pint and a half of water. And that seems to be doing the trick. I think what's happening with this Dawn dish soap is the bugs, like they sense the soap, either like the smell of it or whatnot, and that's what they don't like. That's what I'm thinking is happening. So you're not getting the eggs from the loopworms or from the vine borers or the squash bugs. You're not getting them because they smell that smell and they're like, oh no, let me get out of here, that smells bad, to them anyway. So that's what I'm thinking is happening. So the Dawn dish soap experiment might actually be something that turns out pretty good for us. If it is, that's great news. Anyhow, all of these holes that were dug, we fixed organic materials. So basically just leaves and detritus, and then a layer of sand, leaves, and so basically lasagna layered soils. All right, so every single one of these locations has lasagna layer underneath. Folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as that helps the channel grow quite a bit. And stay tuned, as we'll keep you updated on the progress of all 5 of these control groups for the summer squash. Have a good day.